Hello everyone, it's Julie at the Paper Bag Lady 1. Happy Wednesday! I'm in a very happy mood because I am not at work today. Those of you who know me know that for the last 19 years I have been a florist at Valentine's Day. It used to be my full-time job and now it's just my holiday job. But at any rate, normally I would be there today given that this is the day before Valentine's Day. But we were so efficient this year and got so much done ahead of time that they gave me the day off. So yay, I'm so happy. So to celebrate, I spent the morning getting everything packaged and taking pictures. And so I am ready to list on my Etsy a bunch of new doilies. So I thought that I would share them with you because I know people like to know when they're coming. And doing it here on YouTube is just as good as anything else. So I'm not sure what to show you first. There's one that I think I'll save the best one for last. So anyway, so first I'm going to show you some that are actually already up there, but that I did not show on a video before. And the first one is this doily right here, which I'm calling a, what did I call it? A cream crocheted daisy doily. And you could very easily cut off these little fringes and then just have the round doily. The round flower, and there is a picture of that with some of the fringes cut off on the Etsy because this is already listed, and there are 24 in a set of these, and I believe that is $5 for the set of 24. The other one that is already listed are these white ones, and these are very kind of delicate, and they kind of remind me a little bit of a snowflake. Right there. And they come in a set of 24 as well, and they are $6 for the set. And they these kind of vary in size a little bit. As you can tell from it, it's very kind of stretchy, and so some places it was cut from a tablecloth, and so some places, mainly the center of the tablecloth, it was stretched out a little bit more than in other places, but nonetheless they're a pretty nice size. I should have had the measurements written down. It looks like, well, they're just kind of sprawled, but I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, these usually are anywhere from 3 1/4 to 3 3/4 inches across, and again, those are 24 in a set. And now let's have some new ones. Yay! Okay, so we'll start with the small ones, and this is the first one. These little tiny cutie patooties, kind of little stars. They're just little small cream doilies. And again, you could cut the fringes off the ends of these and then just have the 4-pointed little flower if you wanted. I like to leave the edges on, and because these are cut from a larger piece, as you can see, they're not perfect on the edges. There's a little bit of fraying, that sort of thing. If you're like me, you like that because you like it to look old and vintage and whatnot. But if you don't like that, you can just cut those off and you're set to go. And there are 24 in a set of these also, and this is $2.50 for the set of 24. Then, let's see, what should we pick next? Ooh, so exciting. Then we'll pick these, I think. These are square cream colored doilies. And these I think are very pretty. Again, this is one that if you wanted to cut all these little edges off, you would be left with just the more solid part. I like it like that, personally. This square is about 2 3/4 inches across. And again, because it's rather thin, stretchy yarn, the size might vary slightly. But there are 24 in a set of that as well, and they are $5 1/4 for the set. I should say, because these are vintage pieces, you have the chance of having some discoloration, that sort of thing from age. I have tried to go through and pick out doilies that are particularly damaged, but for the most part, these were pretty clean tablecloths and whatnot. So you really shouldn't have too many problems there. Okay, moving on. Here we have this round cream colored doily. And I'm not sure what I'm calling this one. I think I'm just calling it a cream doily. I had this before, only it was larger. This one is about 3 to 3.5 inches across. Again, you have some different sizes because of the way it's stretched. And on these you also will have some that are the edge, so part of it is a little bit fatter. Again, you can cut off the little fringy bits if you want to be just left with the flower part. I like it as it is. Again, they are, what did I say, 3 to 3.5 inches, usually, depending on how they've stretched or not. And there are 24 in a set of these. These are a nice size, and these are $6 for the set of 24. Did I say that right? I believe so. Yes, I did. All right, we have another round one. I really like this one. This one I'm calling a round 8-point star doily, just because in the center you have what looks like an 8-point star there. And these come 24 to a set as well. I did a lot of 24s this time around. I got a lot of doilies out of my tablecloths. And this is, let's see, about 3.5 inches across. Again, some might be slightly smaller, some might be a little bit larger. And they are 6 1/4 for the set of 24. Okay, let's see what's next. All right, now we have these, which I am calling the cream wagon wheel doily, because I don't know why, it just reminds me of the spokes of a wagon wheel. When I bought this, I thought I usually try to find out the diameter of the individual doilies before I purchase it, but I did not on this one because it looked very similar to a doily I had before, only it was much smaller. And imagine my delight and surprise when I got this and it was this large. So I really like these a lot. You can put a little flower in the center there. At least on the smaller ones I had, I put like the little, oh, wait, where are they? Let's see if I can grab one really fast here. Oops. You can put one of those little doodads in the center and they're really pretty. So anyway, here's the wagon wheel doilies, and there are 24 in a set of these also. Oh, and they, anywhere from 2 1/4 to 2 3/4. Some of these were quite a bit stretched. But at any rate, and there are 24 in a set, and that is $5 for the set of that. Look, I'm shedding doilies. Okay, now, now for the fun one. I usually try to shop pretty frugally when I get my tablecloths and my bedspreads and whatnot. But I did spend a little bit more than I usually do on one. But it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And I thought, I think it's worth it. So anyway, this one got quite a few little things out of it. First we have these small little flowers. And as you can see, they're dimensional. Like the crocheted, there's a higher level of crochet. Little flower. And these, let me see if I can find a smaller one. These were actually, can you see the difference there? They range anywhere from 1 1/4 to 1 3/4 inches across. Some of them were smaller than others, and honestly, I just cut them all apart, and then I just sort of counted out 24s and put them in. So the sets are going to have some smaller and some larger in it. There are definitely more larger ones than smaller ones, I will say. But these, I thought, they're so pretty. You can leave them as they are, and then I'm going to show you something later, but you could put little pearls inside there if you wanted to bling it up a little bit. I am sure these would color or spray well. But there are 24 in a set of those, and they are $3.75 for the set. Then the same bedspread along the edge of the bedspread. This was, I had never seen before, is look at this. They're like grape leaves and grapes. Yeah, so that was something different. So I have these also, and they are a set of 5 of the grape leaves for $3. They are 4 3/4 inches this way and about 5 inches this way. You could cut it apart if you wanted to. My daughter wanted to cut all these little balls apart and use them. I guess you could cut them apart and use them as flower centers if you wanted to. You could just leave it as it is, whatever. So anyway, they come in a set of 5 for $3. There were also some that had 5 leaves, and I have one set with the 5 leaves, and there are only 4 in it. I don't have them in front of me right now, but they're a little bit larger. So there's those. And finally, from the same bedspread, and this is why I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. Is look at these. Look at these. Can you see? I can't tell if you can see in the light. Can you see all? Maybe not. These suckers are 5, let me see, where's my thing? About 5.5 inches from point to point. And I was told that they were all hand sequined. So there are rows of sequins all over these leaves. It looks like a poinsettia to me. I suppose it wouldn't have to be. That's what it looks like to me. My florist brain sees it that way. But so they are sequined all along here. And then in the center of that little flower, you can see there's like 6 little pearls in there. So, and my daughter actually also suggested if you wanted, you could cut this center part off and then you'd have the leaves and you could put your own center in and then use this little one separately, which I wouldn't have thought of. So kudos to the 10-year-old for coming up with that. So these I thought would be just gorgeous at Christmas time or otherwise. So these I am selling in sets of 6 and in sets of 12. The sets of 6 are $5.50 and the sets of 12 are $11, which again is a little pricier than what I usually go. But number one, they're big, and number two, they've got all this gorgeous sequins and beaded work on it. So yeah, I would love to see what people do with those stunners. So at any rate, this is what we're dealing with today. So I have everything all set. I'm going to turn this video off. I'm going to go start listing them now, and they should be all up and ready to go within a couple of hours. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to contact me either here on YouTube or on Etsy. My Etsy store is The Paper Bag Lady, and I will put a link for that. So you can contact me either here or there. I'm glad to answer any questions. Yes, so enjoy. Everybody have fun. Have a great afternoon and evening, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.